Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we'll be flying the Aerosoft A318 and this is I think the highest fidelity A318 that you can find out there, at least in terms of payware options. I guess there is a Latin VFR A318 as well for Microsoft Flight Sim, but I'm pretty sure those aren't on the same level as Aerosoft, at least the Aerosoft that we used to have in P3D. The Microsoft Flight Sim version doesn't seem to be as well. That's the A330, but still doesn't seem to be on the same level. And I thought I would do a video with this one because I mean I have the FS Labs for the other aircrafts, right, for the 19, 20, and 21. But I thought you know, if I want to fly the 18, I would still go to Aerosoft. And as you can see, it's a pretty good-looking aircraft. One big disclaimer: I think it was version 5.2 or something that kind of broke their exterior model, so it doesn't look so good on the exterior, which is a bit sad, of course. It looks a bit, I don't know how to say, but it's just something's wrong. You can tell by the exterior, at least if you compare it to the A330. But it's still a good-looking plane. Let's see if we have any good, some weird viewpoints, but yeah, still not bad. And we're flying, of course, British Airways since we're flying to London City. Thought that would be the best one. I was thinking of doing a business jet instead, but then I was like, let's just do the Aerosoft one, since I don't fly that one that much anymore. I mean, I used to fly a lot of Airsoft in FSX, but then with P3D it's been mainly the FS Labs. But they do have an upgrade package, so if you want to get the A320s and those for P3D and you have them in FSX, you'll get them for a bit cheaper. So that's good to be aware of. But yeah, inside also very nice. Nothing to complain about here. Much nicer than FS Labs, at least. And they do have some of the exterior modeled. Not sure about the wings, but yeah, seem to have. I don't think they have any sort of cabin. Let me just double check so I'm not lying. They do seem to have 3D model and they have like a really basic cabin, but it does look better than a cabin in Microsoft Flight Sim for A330, so I guess in that sense we do have a cabin. Let me actually, oh, now I'm switching the wrong perspective. Let me go back to the normal outside. And in terms of payware and freeware add-ons specific for this flight, we have the freeware Antwerpen. Looks really good. You can find it online. You might have to do some tweaking. The only thing I'm not too fond of are those weird looking trees down there, but I won't complain. It's a freeware and it's just amazingly looking. This is payware level, right, with the around the airport kind of stuff. Almost reminds me of like a slight Orbix version of an airport. And then we're flying to version 1 of London City Airport. I haven't updated to version 2 because I'm not sure if it's worth buying that upgrade for 10 euros. I mean, it has a smaller installation size than version 1, so I'm just wondering if it's actually better. You know, it could be more optimized though, so let's see, but I'm a bit hesitant if it's a cash grab just to, you know, get people to update that one. But it's nice to see that they're developing for P3D, so I might just for that reason support them and buy that. And that's an Orbex airport. But just so you know, I have True Earth South England, and then I have freeware photoreal for Belgium, I guess, and France as well. We might see a bit, and then True Earth for Netherlands. So yeah, that's about it. Let's see if we can operate stairs on this parking. We'll do Alisa. I don't think they do this. I think the A318, isn't that the one that goes from New York to London City? Probably quite popular with businesses. Get right into downtown London. Okay, there, those loaded. We still have those weird shadow bugs. But yeah, let's get going then, so we don't take up too much time. First things first, we will start the batteries. I'm not gonna use the co-pilot for this one. I'm afraid she'll bug out. Or the captain, I guess. They both seem to bug out from time to time. We don't have nav data. But we do have an EFB here, so that's pretty cool. Let's see now. We got the batteries on. Let's connect the external power. I would say this is, you know, quite a high fidelity, a bit less than the A330. I think the A330 is probably the best thing they did for P3D in terms of Aerosoft and their commercial airliners. Let's see. That should go on. That can be on as well. Oh, you don't have a FMC there. I'm to use from the A330, which is the main one I would fly from Aerosoft. We don't need to do the A cars, even though you have some information here that you can kind of insert, so it's not totally useless. Let's see though, if we go back to trying to figure out where the info is. Oh wait, is this the ones where it's like a secondary, this pop-up MCDU? I think that could be the case. I don't think there's anything here, right? So you have this pop-up MCDU where you do this. Okay, so aircraft state, that was on cold and dark, so that's fine. Fuel, let's load that. Packs 116. What's our zero fuel? 110. So it's already above. What's our fuel weight? That's gonna be around 10.5. We'll do it a bit higher. And then we have takeoff 121. It's quite a bit higher. I'm gonna get down that packs number, see if that affects a bit. Zero fuel weight, not really there yet. 108 maybe. 109 too. Yeah, now it seems more reasonable. So we're gonna start the boarding based on that, but I'll just open all the doors. Front and aft cargo. Let's just jump out quickly, look that they have opened, and they seem to be opening, so that's nice to see. I'll open up the MCDU again, and we'll start the loading of passengers and fuel and all of that. We can also check here on ground services. Yeah, it's connected. Yeah, oh, everything is connected, so that's good. Checklist wise, that's off. We don't want that for this flight. And then we can actually start our boarding process, and we'll do pack X at the same time. We can do crew. And we're flying EBAW from Antwerpen to London City Airport, 318. Guess that makes sense. Only 18,000. Should be a long flight. A318. We'll do 79 passengers. We'll do boarding music. We should have British Airways. We do have that. Safety. We should have British Airways. We can put also on the nav lights and put the strobe to auto. And see, yeah, now we're getting some boarding happening. Already some crew that's arriving. Sucks though that these, you know, the angle you get them from, they'll become dark, but yeah, could be worse. Could be worse. And I think we're flying it's the A318 only with CFM. Or does that one have IAE as well? Let me have a look. Oh, okay, so it's both Pratt & Whitney's or CFM. Interesting. So is this the Pratt & Whitney's or the CFM? That's my question. I guess we should be able to see it. I don't think the British Airways still operate this. No clue, actually can't find too much information. Let's get back in and just continue with our init then, since we do have some time. Okay, we'll do oh sorry, went the wrong opposite direction. EBAW to EGLC with a flight number of 318. Our alternate is Manchester. Well, maybe that makes sense. Fly all the way there. Seems like there should be better options closer by. Cost index of 29. 18,000. I guess you should write it like this. And then a temperature of... actually, let's look at the PDF. Do you have the temp? Let's take it from the Windsaloft, right? -16. So it's getting a bit colder up there now. 0 fuel weight. Let's take that from our flight plan. Oh wait, actually the problem we will have is that we don't get this 0 fuel. So I don't think there's a performance tool here. We do have the calculations, right? So we do get this, but that's about it. A330 flight package, okay. Takeoff data for A330. Well, that's not too helpful. Okay, thought this was the A318. Oh well. Block fuel, that should be 10.5. Yeah, let's see that these are updated. Oh, we don't have the extra time sufficiently to fly to Manchester. I'm gonna change that to something more reasonable. Now we should have some extra time. Bit too little extra time. Maybe something close by. That should give us enough. Yeah, now we have extra time. We can wait with the performance. We'll do the flight plan first. It's going to be a too tricky flight plan. We're doing runway 19. No, sorry, 29. Nick. I'll insert that. From Nick, we'll be flying an airway. So it's quite a high fidelity, as you can see. I would say this is the hull of very good, like most Aerosoft ones. They're just a bit short of being high fidelity simulations, but they are good aircrafts. And the best thing, actually, I think, was in FSX, because they looked very well, and you know, I never got the problems with the crashes, right? So that was always quite amazing. Okay, I'll add that. Keygit, yeah, looks good. Then from Keygit we have another airway. Let me see. Mismatch. Why is there a mismatch? From Keygit. Let me have a look. I'll do the Prepar3d as well. Flight plan import. Let's also change our config to Speedbird. Okay, let's see. Sorry about that. It should work. I'll just put in the directs then instead. SAS key in log
smaller items
Summum.
underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location
So it did work. Interesting.
please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you.
Okay.
If the overhead bin is
If
full,
we then
please make sure
continue,
you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
let me
Please
just have a
double check
look.
that all your items are
Was
put
it really
away
that
so that the aisle is clear
L608
and other
didn't work?
passengers can make their way to their seats.
Weird.
If you're in an emergency exit row,
Very
please
odd.
leave exit seating
Could be something wrong with the
responsibilities in
flight
car
plan.
and the seat back in front of you.
If we then do our arrival,
Please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be
we're doing 09. Let me just check if that's the one I really want to do.
But we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once
I think 09 is nice. It's a nice approach. Let's do 09. ILS 09. We're doing the summum. And now I'm wondering if I do have maybe a bit of an old database for this one. Oh, I know exactly what the issue is. No, why did I do that? This is the problem. I used the wrong database. God damn it. My mistake though. So we'll just have to do this again. Luckily it won't take that long. I hate that with that. Why would I even want to have the original? Like in what world would that ever be a good option? To use an older database. Now we just need to make sure we have the information again right. 29. I remember the altitude and these, so really not too much of a loss. Let's just see that that looks okay, and it does. I'll do 29. Now we have the updated nick, so that's really nice to see. We can do the airway L179 to key it, and now I think the other one should work as well. So then we can do that L608 608 to summum. And you can see now we have that, and now we can do the arrival ILS, and now we have summum 1C. We can insert that, and is there no transition? Let's see. I'm gonna have a look quickly here as well. Do our SIDS. So that's Nick. Our star. That's the summum. Sorry, wrong one. And then our approach. You see, you do have some transitions. So let me just have a look why I didn't get that option. Okay, so I'm doing... If I do this one... let me just pick something different, then I'll do again. So ILS 09. And isn't there a transition then that would work? Let me just have a look. This is what I don't get right. Why would you have transitions in this but not in... So for example, if we want to do auto 1G or 1J, I guess. Could you do that? 1J maybe? Auto. Let me just have a look if this is if you can like insert it yourself. Just always been interested. Auto 1J. Okay, let's try that. Auto 1J. Nope. Okay, I guess we're doing vectors. these should be connected to start off first. Then there we'll have a discontinuity because we are doing vectors, which is gonna be tricky because this is quite a tricky approach, right? Only certain aircrafts are able to do this. We'll file. I'll switch the 80s. Move this one away. I'll check here. Altimeter 1021. That's good. 10.
We're on your time now.
Let's hope that the sorry about that, push the mic very close, but let's hope that the ATC works. I'm always a bit worried. We can shut all the doors. As we do that, we can actually start the APU. Wait for that flap to open. We'll go to do for performance. Maybe we should try those. No printing function.
Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew secure doors for departure.
Ah, look at that, quite different. And flex to temp, we got that as well. Okay, so we have our data. So as you can see, quite a bit. Oh, the radios weren't on. So quite a bit less. I think the A330 is a bit better. We'll do the seatbelt signs, the beacon, that radio panel as well. A bit dark up there, so I'll turn on the panel just so we can see a bit better. Now that one is open, the flap. We'll start the APU. Let's have a look on the outside. Looks like the boarding is done. We can ask we can ask them to remove the stairs. We'll ask for pushback. Speedbird 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay, what's our climb? Okay. 050 makes sense. This is also a bit that you can also do the auto brake before you have, I think, the engine started.
Speedbird is cleared to Echo Golf Lima Charlie. Climb via the NIC 6 Charlie departure with the NIC transition.
APU is available. We'll do the APU feed. I'll do the probe and window heat on.
Expect higher clearances 3 minutes after departure. Squawk 4233.
Then we can hear the sounds. Squawk 4233.
Altimeter is 3015 Speedbird 4003.
That's good, 4233, so we can do that at least. We'll do the TCAS, get that going. Okay, and they are getting ready. Since we have everything connected, we can disconnect the external power. Get that disconnected. All these chocks and cones and whatnot, we don't need those either. Oh, and I just realized that we won't have really any use of a pushback here. But oh well, might as well do it. Speedbird 4003, ready for pushback. We could just go straight.
Pushback approved Speedbird 4003.
Is it, it's pushing us up. We can do nose right. Okay. Okay, start engines are our discretion. We'll start with engine number 2. So very automated, these aircraft. That's why it's sometimes nice to fly the Airbuses.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Okay, it was CFM engines that they had, so this is probably CFM engines. The cockpit looks really nice. You can even open the window. Just gotta remember to switch that. And then you can close it as well. That engine looks good. Starting engine 1. So these ones aren't really helping with anything.
And follow instructions carefully. First, check your seatbelt is securely fastened. Insert the metal tag into the buckle.
What's
and
that
tighten
for?
by pulling on the loose
No
end.
clue.
To unfasten,
No clue.
simply lift up the metal flap on the buckle and pull apart. You'll find the seatbelt sign in the panel.
Okay, the engines are starting. Pretty good. Let's see if we have any good angle for the engines. Nothing from the side.
To use it, take it out of the container and place it over your head. Pass the tape
Now in
around
terms of
your waist
taxiing,
and
let's
tie
see.
them securely in a double bow at your
Speedbird
side.
for
Inflate your life jacket when
4003,
you leave
ready
the
to
aircraft.
taxi.
We will supply life cots for babies and life jackets for children. In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you'll be told to
Taxi
take
to
this
runway
protective
29
brace
via
position.
taxiways Alpha
But
1.
when
Basically we'll have
seated
to,
rearwards in
oh sorry about that.
Runway 29 Speedbird
this position.
We'll have to taxi
4003.
out
We will now
and go all the
explain
end
how
to the
leave
runway and turn
aircraft in
around.
an emergency. Move quickly to the closest usable exit.
What
taking
are
nothing
they
with
doing,
you.
these GSX people? Oh, they're getting
Because
everything.
they may tear the evacuation slide.
Okay, let's see.
Emergency
Max.
lighting, including floor level lighting, will help you find your way to the
Flaps
exits.
to
Please clearly sign.
both engines stabilized. We'll go to norm.
There are two
System
exits at the
1.
rear of the aircraft and two at the front of
Auto.
each cabin section. Your crew will now point out the exits
Close the
nearest to you.
cockpit door. In terms of performance,
Move the handle in the
let's have a
direction
look
of the red
here.
arrow.
We should have a pitch up
Opening
of
the doors automatically inflates the evacuation
4.
slides. The slides can also be inflated by pulling this handle.
So there we go.
Hold
We
the
should
slide
arm
and
the
move away from the aircraft.
the speed brake.
If the aircraft has landed on
And
water,
a
these
loss.
slides detach to form rafts.
Oh, and let's check.
As you leave
Yeah,
the
okay, good.
aircraft,
The
inflate your life
throttles are
jacket by
working.
pulling the red tag. If necessary,
Oh yeah, we do also
lower
have
it
like
down to top up the air.
these tests.
The
These
life
work.
jacket is fitted with a light
And I do
a
think
whistle.
also the oxygen mask.
Your oxygen mask is behind the panel
Work.
just above your head.
So that's
If the
pretty
cabin
nice.
air system should fail, this will be
Constraints are on.
released. Stay
GSX seems to have left
wants
us.
you to open your supply. Please
I'll
note that the
release
band
parking
does not inflate.
brakes. Put on
Place
the
it over
taxi
your mouth and
lights.
nose and adjust the band to secure it. Then breathe
Because we're such a
normally.
small aircraft, shouldn't
To
this?
make
But maybe
sure
the
your own
engines are.
mask is correctly fitted,
But I guess these are the same engines on the.
release the mask by
Or are they
pulling on
these
this
maybe a
coloured
bit
streamer. If you're in a
smaller?
Club World sleeper seat,
Okay, let's
you
add
may
some
need to
thrust.
reach through the dividing screen to
Nothing
retrieve your
crazy.
mask. All electronic
Just a
devices,
bit of
including
thrust to
mobile
get us
phones, must be
moving.
switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the
Takeoff
ground
config
during
normal,
takeoff,
but the cabin
approach,
isn't
and landing.
ready.
Please ensure your mobile phone and any devices that can send or receive calls
Let's do
or
some
text
tests.
messages
Yeah,
are
ailerons,
off for the
elevators,
flight.
all of that seems to be
Any items
working.
with a
Rudder
flight
as
safe
well.
mode should have this feature
Even though the
enabled
rudder can
now.
control the.
Some electronic devices
Let me have a
can
look
be
actually if I can
used
change
once
that
we're
setting because I don't want the
Please check
rudder to
High Life
control
magazine.
the
Take
tiller.
care your hand baggage is
That
not
should
between
be on
cars or
this
exits.
one.
It must be put under the seat in front of you or
And
in an overhead locker.
options.
But place items in the locker carefully.
We have tiller
They may
on,
fall and injure
so I guess
someone.
it's just.
As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure
I guess it's just working
away.
anyway.
Your seat is upright and your armrest is down. Please stow your individual video screen and footstool if you have them. Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew.
I'm must say though, like there's a great amount of freeware airports for like FSX and P3D. Like an amazing amount. It's different levels of course, but some do keep really high quality, and I mean you just have to be able to tweak them a bit. And I know I have some that I, you know, because you learn a bit once you start tweaking them.
Ready to go.
I know I have a few that I can like revisit and make them even better. Okay, we can contact tower.
Tower on 135.2 Speedbird 4003.
Speedbird 40s. Let's see if I can. Speedbird 4003. Ready for takeoff. There we go. Clear for takeoff. Yeah, we'll have to backtrack. A lot of A300s though. I wonder which airport, because we don't have any life here. Maybe Brussels is close by. But yeah, this airport looks really nice. That's for sure. Okay, let's turn right. We'll backtrack. This is a really short runway, like 1,500 meters. I think the 757 can land on this, but that's like the biggest airplane you'll get to land here in Antwerpen. And I guess that was sufficient, right? Because they would do like charters, like TUI from here. Or still do, I presume. Okay. Looking good. Okay, let's see, still going down the runway, taking a bit of time. This one should be on as well, the chrono. Forgot about that. Let's see if we can get this to run. Anything else we need to fix? Don't think so. Everything seems to be in the green. Sorry, we should be keeping a bit to the right. Not sure, because it's not winter yet, so I'm not sure about these trees. Wondering if I should have a look if I can delete those from the scenery. But oh well, it's tiny problem. Not worth. Oh, can you actually taxi from this? Maybe you can. Seems like a tiny taxiway though. But okay, we didn't do that. Sue me or be forever silent. Okay, we'll just use a bit of the... we don't actually need too much of the runway, we're such a tiny airplane. So that will work in our favor. The A318 is minuscule. I think the only or actually the only ops I've done with this aircraft is to London City, so that's actually that's quite funny. And it's been a while now since I've been mainly flying the FS Labs, so let's see how it handles. When we brake, shouldn't these be... shouldn't this work? Oh well, maybe not everything is implemented. I have too high of a standard, especially when you fly the TOLIS, right, and and the FS Labs, and the TOLIS system depth is just wow. Really makes me, you know, I'm not sure yet, but I might get that A330 just because it looks amazing in system-wise. Do we need this? I guess it could be good to have as a backup, but it looks better without it, so let's skip. We should of course turn off our APU, so that's something we forgot. Everything else seems to be correct. So yeah, off we go. Yeah, I think everything's set. I'll do flex. Man flex, SRS on runway. Let's see if this is enough. Airspeed alive. It's such a short runway. Will this be enough? I think so. We're accelerating quickly. V1. Rotate. So no callouts because of that. I don't have the checklist thing on. But we have a positive rate of climb. So we can do gear up. Flying over beautiful Antwerpen. I guess we'll be flying over a bit of the Netherlands soon. We can turn to the left. We'll follow the flight directors in this regard. It's looking good, we're accelerating. We'll go flap 0. Let's see once we get that climb call out. Or call out, but that climb message. There we go, level climb, total climb.
Center on 125.0 speed bird 4003.
And I want to keep
Center
our
speed bird
speed,
4003 climbing to flight level 050.
because I do find the speed a bit hard to hold with this one. Let's go lights off. Okay, 100.
Flight level 100 speed bird 4003.
We can go to standard.
Loco speed bird 4003.
Can you slow down? I'm not sure it's supposed to be this hard for the auto throttle to slow down. Or maybe it's the climb mode. Still climbing. Let's see how it works with the autopilot on. Autopilot on. Now everything is basically on VNAV, the Airbus version of that. We can put that on medium so we don't forget. Spoilers, we don't need to keep armed. Let's see if we get any higher clearances. 180.
Climb to flight level 180 speed bird 4003.
And that will be our maximum altitude we will reach during this flight. Let's have a look on the outside. It looks pretty good still, even though it has that bug with the shader. It's a nice airplane. We're still flying over Belgium. Or maybe we won't be flying at all over Netherlands. If we took like we didn't go with the river, so to speak. Here it's definitely Netherlands, right? Okay, let's jump back in. Good thing with Aerosoft is you do have working wipers, you have rain effects, all of that. That's nice. And I think they work from the outside as well. So that's nice. So they were actually, Aerosoft did really good planes. I think, or to be honest, I'm not sure why Aerosoft didn't, they could have taken Latin VFR's place. I think like Latin VFR has kind of taken their place of being like, well, in a worse way actually, because they are not as high fidelity as Aerosoft was, but yeah, I wish Aerosoft would have made a better effort for Microsoft Flight Sim. Not that I fly Microsoft Flight Sim, but still for the rest of you people that do fly it. What else? Not much else to do. I guess we can just bring up the approach already. Start to plan that since we won't be flying for too long. Let's see how much time we have left. It's about 34 minutes. And we can shorten that a bit by forcing up the speed a bit. We have no point in dragging this one out for too long. We're doing 1.9, a 5.5 glide slope. Jesus Christ. And I'm wondering if they actually can even fly it with the normal A318. I think you need like some specific setup for that. Let me see, A318 EGLC.
Flight level 180, speed bird 4003.
Special air crew and aircraft
Center on
certification.
119.17, speed bird 4003. Center speed bird
Let's see.
4003, climbing to flight level 180.
Looking good, 28 minutes. We can really push this one up, because why not? No point in wasting time in cruise. Let's do the destination data. I agree. We could do manage, but we're not going to do that. Okay, QNH. We don't have that yet. Did we have temp at least? 10 degrees. Oh, that should be sufficient, I guess.
Center on 125.0, speed bird 4003.
Interesting. You would think that would be the other approach with this kind of wind direction, but I guess the wind is so tiny. Let's do like 190 at 4. Then we shall check what's the... Is he switching controller now? Assigned to Amsterdam 1119, yeah. Switched, that's good.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving
Okay,
complimentary
so
snacks. Premium drinks are available
let's
for
double
all
check
flights.
our
They'll
ILS.
only accept
Yeah,
credit
look
cards.
good. So minus 515. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. In terms of minimums, we have a minimum of 380. I think you have different aircraft categories. Not sure which one this belongs to, but I'll say that this one has a pretty good climb gradient. So let's do 380. Barrow. There we go. Now we just need to wait to get the QNH. Let's also have a look, when does this one want us to start descending? In about 45 nautical miles. How much of the trip is left? 23 minutes. So we've been able to shorten it quite a bit. Which I don't mind. We can even push it further, right? Look at that, we can go up to 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can hit Mach 0.7. 348 maybe? Pushing the little speedbird to its limits. Looks like there's beautiful weather today, and the surroundings looks really great. The shadows though look atrocious on the inside. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't remember it looking this bad. What is this jagged mess? Like something's off with the shadows. I remember them always looking pretty good here. Now it looks like almost X-plane. level of shadows. Unfortunately. I like though that the top of descent is very much the same in both Prepar3d and in the aircraft. That's nice to see.
Expect the SUMU-1 Charlie arrival with the pseudo transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 09 speedbird 4003. Center on 119.17 speedbird 4003. Center speedbird 4003 at flight level 180.
Okay, we're being assigned frequencies. Pa, pa, pa. What should we need to still? We still need the QNH, right? But that's about it. Not much to do here when we're crossing the English Channel, saying goodbye to Europe, going to the UK. The last bastion of Europe. At least I remember that was the slogan or something to that effect when in Children of Men, right, with Clive Owen. There's some other good actors in that one as well, and actresses. Looking pretty good, the cloud shadows. That's nice to see. I must really say though that this is really an upgrade from like FSX, and a lot of people like to think that P3D is like FSX, but it's really not. Specifically version 4 and then version 5 took really the next step, and I think version 6 they just did a bit more there. It could have been really the next level. They should just put a bit more on scenery than they did. Let's see now. Do we have any information and no information? Can we get it directly from? Let's just do current active. 1021. Okay. Happy days. Let's look how much is left. 17 minutes. And we have a wind straight at us. That's probably why it's also making us go a bit slower. Let's see. How many meters are we up? 5,400. So, if we were standing next to Mount Everest, it would be significantly taller than we are or in terms of our height. Yes, this makes sense, but I'm afraid that we won't be getting the vectors in time. Let's make sure that we keep the heading in mind so we can get on the right heading at least. And now we're in the clouds, so that's always a good time. You can buy immersion packages for these aircraft, by the way. I don't have it, but since if I fly this A318 more, I might buy it now since they are quite cheap. They're legacy packages now, right? Okay, so we should 050.
Will cross Sumaman or above flight level 165 and then descend via the SUMU-1 Charlie arrival with the Sumum transition to flight level 050. Altimeter is 3009er, speed bird 4003.
We're starting our descent now. About 95 nautical miles. We don't need to add more drag, that's for sure. We have way too much time. My famous last words, right? Well, let's see, let's see. Maybe we can get a good picture of this aircraft in the sky. I'm trying to think if I should use what I should use for the banner on this one. Actually looks better though with the light on it. So I might just go with that. Unless I do something really like a different angle maybe. Do we have any good angles? Maybe something
Center on 118.47
like
speed
this,
bird
do we guys?
4003.
You know, changing things up a bit. Get bored of doing the same banners.
Center speed bird 4003
Yeah,
descending to
that
flight
should be a
level
nice one.
050.
Or an okay one at least. Okay, we are still descending, still looking good. Flight level 050. The clouds look really good today actually. That I am happy about. Actually, I just realized I never turned off the landing lights. I never did the pack X things correctly. Oh god. This is what happens when you don't pay attention, right? Let's put seatbelt signs on again. We can actually arm our spoilers. I'm wondering though if you need them when you're doing a 5.5 glide path. We'll definitely need to have our flaps and gear out much sooner, right? In order to have a drag enough to not pick up too much speed when we are going down. What's our VREF? 126. Can't we do lower than that? Or maybe not. There's quite a few people on this plane. So that could explain it. Okay, let's see now. We're coming up to Logan. I'm hoping we get that vector at Jacko. But otherwise, let's be prepared to do the heading one. What's the layer? Only thing I'm worried about. Clouds clear below 20,000. Well, I beg to disagree, but maybe it looks better. You probably can't see it now, but there's a lot of wind mills here. Or windmills, but wind power plants. That's pretty cool. So this should be good. This should be a nice approach. I once tried to do the EGLC with, I don't remember what aircraft it was, but that was atrocious because, you know, there was like barely above the minimums, the cloud layer, and yeah, that was just a mess. I couldn't get that good. I had to do 2 missed approach, and then I managed to land, but I basically skid out the runway. So I'm hoping this will go better, but you never know, right? Still feels like we have quite a bit of distance. 70 nautical miles left, so that's not nothing. We're not doing a straight in approach, right? We're doing the runway 9 left, so let's see if they okay, I can see their approach. This is kind of what they're thinking, so I'm hoping we will here get the vector right to that. Well, let's see. Come on, vector us in. We have assigned the right frequency though, so that gives me hope. Look at the amount of... Jesus Christ, how do these boats navigate through this? If this is how it looks in real life, damn. Green energy power. That only works when it's blowing. Or it's windy outside. Why are we having crazy, absolutely nuts ground speeds? I can't believe that. No way that that's the ground speed we should have. Like, no way. I'm gonna go up to 240. 210? That's not even piloted. See, that's the next lateral discontinuity ahead. That's fine. We'll just continue with heading mode. Let's just hit Jacko. Now we're on heading mode. Yeah, we can continue descending. Maybe a bit faster than that. Very beautiful scenery. We haven't even gotten closer to the airport yet. Yeah, I'd love to fly to England actually. It's I mean, truer just, of course, always get that extra kind of feeling once you fly over those areas because they look so well.
We have begun our final descent into London. Flight attendants will be passing and have to select
Final descent into London.
Please ensure the brief table that showed
I wish they update PackX, give more of those kind of small little things that add the flavor, saying where we're landing and stuff. You can now only say some of the general ones. It will be like, we're landing in Turkey, if, you know, it's not Istanbul or something like that. Let me see if I can trick them into talking to me. No? Maybe I can request the approach.
Speedbird 4003 inbound at flight level 080 requesting radar vectors for ILS to runway 09.
Ah, what's going on with this ATC? Are they again ignoring me? Okay, in order to not totally mess this up, I'm actually gonna take some precautions. Because I do not want to end up in a situation where we can't do it, basically. So let me see, do we have any good... I think there were some good waypoints if you did the transition, right? So if we did the northern transition, is there a northern one? Which one is this? D108E. That might be good to add. So D108E. Okay, let's add that. How does this look? Does it help at all? So if we're flying there now, or is that just a bit closer? I think it's just a bit closer, so we should probably have one more that's north of it. So maybe like D124E, maybe that will help. D124E, and I think we can do that. Let's zoom in a bit. And we need to be around 4,000 feet if I'm not mistaken, so let's let's increase a bit our descent rate. Oh,
Approach on 132.7 Speedbird 4003.
please just give us some goddamn input on how we should fly this, so we don't do it wrong. And we can do LSCN03, I think. That could be our first one. LSCN03, since they seem to have stopped caring for us, we'll do it like this. And then we'll do nav mode again. Hopefully this will be enough of a turn radius. We'll notice once we get there. We can actually stop descending too much now. Lovely weather though, really nice clouds. I'm not gonna complain, and lovely scenery flying over. I mean, in that sense I don't mind flying a bit longer. I mean, things are looking pretty nice. Snapshot of, I'm not sure when they took these pictures, 2017 something. Snapshot of history. That's what I like also about the photoreal, right? You can always think of like, this is just how it looked at one particular time for 1 year, and it's never gonna look exactly the same. How good are the textures? Okay, a bit blurry once you get close by. Not too much of the engines, but no, okay. No grab. Well, I guess that makes sense. Let me just put our normal one, and I'll go back. Let me just have a look on the outside again a bit. Looks good. Hey, we're not descending now. We're in no rush to descend. We still have quite a bit of ways to go. We haven't gotten any... Why haven't they changed to assigned frequency either? So it's... yeah, it definitely bugged out, that's for sure. Yeah, let's see. We're still on standard.
Speedbird 4003 at 5,300 feet.
Let me see if we have the altimeter now. Still none. What's the transition altitude? 6,000, so we should go on that. What did we have on the performance? 1021. Good. Good. We can continue our descent slowly. Does we have any speed limit? 210 is the suggestion here, and I agree with that. 165. What's this one on? 126. How's our fuel situation? Looking fuel on board, still looking good. So yeah, it's probably gonna be fine. So soon we should be down, or at least on our approach. Hopefully landing somewhat nicely. Might be a bit of a hard landing. Hope not, but let's see. So you gotta really, you know, you really need to touch down. You don't have the runway enough to mess it up. The margins are very thin, so to speak. Let's see. That looks really nice, the water here. It's weird because the water can look really well from certain angles in P3D, but really bad from others. And now I even have like NVTEX, right, helping to make it look as good as possible. I still wish I could, you know, feel like I want to play around a bit more with the shader. I feel like there's still a bit of a blue tone in most things. I think I can probably get rid of that somehow. Just haven't felt up to it. 3,700. Actually, for this approach, what we could do is go over to VNav. Let's see. This landing light should be on. We'll turn off all the lights actually, just to make sure that we have them. Where do you see the lights on this one? Are they there, the landing lights? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's the landing lights, right? If you remove them, do they retract completely then? Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Oh.
Maintain 260 for vectors to the ILS approach for runway 09 speed bird 4003.
Okay, finally we're getting that vector. Okay, so we'll keep 4,500 because now we seem to be getting some vectoring in. We should have stayed on 5,000. Weird though that I need to read up on how it works about the ADC sometimes, because I get a bit concerned, right? I would think that the vectoring would come after a waypoint, because otherwise where am I supposed to be heading since we have a discontinuity? And then I guess if I do then request a vector, then I should get one. Here's the airport, by the way. Looks very nice. Quite a lot of static aircrafts, I think. But I mean, like, this looks reasonably well. We have the stadiums. We have all these different buildings here in London, right? Another stadium. The Paris wheel. I think the Shard and all of these are also included here. So yeah, let's see. Let's see when we get closer. see if I have any good... okay, let's just keep this. Okay, we're flying heading mode, we're flying a speed. We should definitely be slowing down sooner rather than later. It'll probably be like 10 minutes left. Because the heading or the vector is quite steep. I think mine was like that, the one I made, but this one makes more sense. This one will work better at least. Need to get to 2,000 feet. If we would continue, I think here we have the big one, and down there we'll have Gatwick. Quite a hike.
Descend
4,000
to
feet.
4,000 feet, Speedbird 4003.
And descend we will. Let's go to the lowest now. We're also gonna drop off some speed. 210 should be enough. So much to load here. But I mean, TrueEarth is really well optimized. It loads really nicely, so I don't have any complaints in that regard or in that department. Okay, we are dropping very nicely. Will be a bit of a turn. Let's actually drop a bit more, because we don't want to make sure that we can make that turn. 255.
255 Speedbird 4003.
Soon we'll get more of a turn. Then make our nice approach. Actually, it's nice that we get from this area, because this is... we'll get a really nice view. 180.
180 descend to 3,000 feet, Speedbird 4003.
180. We are getting some... we need to be on our alert here. I'll try not to speak too much. Let's see, we have everything set. Looks pretty okay. We can go to flaps 1 already. I want to make sure we are flying the plane and the plane is not flying us. That we are on top of things. Okay, looks good. One, 2, 5. Oh, ILS should be on. And approach.
Fly heading 125, descend to 2,000 feet, cleared for ILS approach to runway 09,
I'll
tower
do one.
129.45, Speedbird 4003.
Maybe 125 will actually be better. So we won't get too late then on the... and I guess we can drop a bit more in terms of... I'm actually gonna drop the gears already. Yeah, descend to 2,000 feet. Yeah, they want us to really descend now. Let's slow down quite a bit. Look how high we are.
Contact
Jesus.
tower on 129.45, Speedbird 4003.
Let's go to flaps 2. Thank you.
Altimeter is 3009 tower on 129.45, Speedbird 4003.
Okay, I'm gonna do manual control with the auto throttle. Manual control. Let's go to flaps 3. Ugh, this will be a tight one. I guess you would do an ILS, but look at the view we have, people. We can't. Can we lose that speed somehow?
Speedbird 4003.
Probably should have tried to... okay, let's see, we're a bit low. This should make us drop off speed.
1,000.
Maybe we'll use a bit of speed brakes. I know it's a bit of a no-go, but we need to get that flaps. Yeah, so we need to drop in speed. My God.
300 minimum.
Minimum.
200.
This is not gonna work.
100.
I'm gonna do a go around. God damn.
Contact tower on 129.45 Speedbird 4003.
Speedbird 4003. Go around. No, why did I get that? Let me see now.
Speedbird 4003 going around.
Let's put on the auto throttle again. Sorry, we're flying a bit wrong.
Contact tower on 129.45 Speedbird 4003.
We need to slow down a lot more once we do that descent. That's the that's the problem. I wasn't ready enough for that. That's such a steep descent. Okay, let's see if we can get back now on flying the missed approach. I'm gonna guess it's 2000 you wanna get to, right? And if we're flying the missed approach, oh, but it's not assigning us to the
Contact tower on 12. Tower Speedbird 4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 09.
So hard to do everything by yourself. At least we get another go at this. I'm trying to think how we will do this in the best way possible. But I guess we'll just have to do not a departure, but we'll have to do another arrival. We can do localizer. Insert that again. Then we'll do arrival and we'll do ILS. Let's get some waypoints here so we can also see a bit more. And actually, in order to not flight this too much, let me see. Oh, it's because I have approach mode. That's probably messing a bit. Okay, if we want to get to our let me see now, do we have any waypoints? More drag, yes. Okay, there we have the airport. Now I'm manually flying this. Why can't we get... God, such a long time. Can we do these? I guess I can just do it again, actually, in a way. But let me see, I'm trying to do the arrival, right? Let's insert a star, see if that helps a bit. Then we can do this one, I think, as our main one. So I'm actually gonna do a heading. let's do this. Let's keep this heading. Slow down a bit. Let's do autopilot so we get a bit better in terms of our in terms of what we need to handle. And then we do
2,500.
like that, right? Shouldn't that be enough? So if we're doing a direct, it should be this. What's going on? Why can't we keep the speed now? Let me ask if I can get
Speedbird 4003 inbound at 2,000 feet requesting radar vectors for ILS to runway 09.
Oh, actually I know what's the problem. It's because they don't know we did the go around because we're on the wrong frequency. That's probably it. So we should report going around.
Speedbird 4003 going around.
Yeah, probably bugged that out by not getting, but now at least on the right frequency for the landing. So we'll just let's wait a bit actually with that because it's gonna want us to to go a bit too soon. So we'll let's keep a better. Let's keep that. This is gonna be interesting. We'll want to turn in soon, but not too soon, right? And I'm actually gonna do 160. I'm gonna do more cautious this time. So let's see. The first thing I wanna go. Are we on flaps full? Can we even do that? Okay, interesting. Let's try that. We'll do the speed brake, arm that. We'll have auto brake on medium. And we'll try to start the turn now. So let's see a bit. We should be on a sufficiently good altitude. We still haven't dropped our gear. I'll blame my bad approach on me not being trained for this approach. I am at a disadvantage, right? Okay, let's see now if we can get on the approach again. I'll soon arm the. We'll do 138. Allow the approach. Cat 3 single. Yeah. Let's do 130. We'll disconnect the auto throttle again. Let's do 121. We'll drop the gears. Now we should have enough drag. Flaps full. Not sure you use the speed brakes for this, but we are not using it. Let's add a bit of thrust so we don't go too low. We can slow our speed. Let's keep 140. Approach is selected. Localizer is live. Okay, so let's have a look now. I severely underestimated the amount of drag you need for this. Let's see, we should soon be getting the glide slope. My god, it's so late. Couldn't they already have it here implemented so you would be gliding down with a bit better of a slope? Okay, 130, but we don't want to do much faster than this, I think. Because we're now going to be descending down, and I'm going to be decreasing the thrust. mean, look at this, the steep. I mean, look at that vertical speed. My God. I almost have no engine thrust. It's still almost too steep. Now we're losing a bit of speed. Come on. This approach must really take a lot of training. Okay, manual controls.
1,000.
I want to be able to do this manually. I've done it before with Autoland and stuff, but what's the fun in that, right? Maybe if we could employ thrust traversers in the air, we could slow down enough.
500.
500.
400. 300.
Glide slow.
Oh, we're below the glide now.
200.
200.
Glide slow.
100.
Sink rate.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
A bit late, but I will do. That will do. My God, we did it. A bit after the actual place where you should be allowed to land, but we did it. Who cares how we did it, but we did it.
London. The local time is 10:57 a.m.
My
and
God.
it's currently about 9 degrees Celsius. You can now use your
Always
local
feels good to do
devices
these tricky approaches. This
until the
is
air traffic comes to a complete
one of the trickiest
stop
ones.
and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening
I think it's
overhead
specifically
bins
tricky because we don't really have the A380 for this approach.
Thanks for flying with us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Because I guess it needs a bit of a special configuration. But yeah, this airport looks really nice. And I'm really not sure. I mean, maybe the updated one is more of an updated version, but I mean, how much can have changed? It's still the same runway. I guess if you want some new parking gates. Phew. We did it, boys. And girls. I'll close pilot 380C. I'm a bit wondering about our landing rate. What that was. I think I flared a bit too much at the end. Could have come down firmer. But I was a bit afraid to like slam it down with too high of a speed. That's not good either, right? Okay, and here we can turn in. Imagine if you come down early enough and you can turn in at this one. That must be like the craziest the craziest braking ever. But look at this, what aircraft we have here. We have Embraer. Basically we have everything. The BAE 146 or the Avro. We have the Dash 8. And this is a great collection of different... I think that's also a Dash 8. And is that perhaps a... No, that's also I think an Embraer. So yeah, a bit of different aircrafts here. Let's just take... Let's see if we have... There's some suitable parkings. Let's try this one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Isn't that the wrong side? Maybe you're supposed to park that way. It looks like it, right? So I guess you're supposed to somehow turn in and then out. That seems difficult, but let's try it. Ugh. Seems impossible. We're gonna look from the outside. I mean, we're a tiny plane, so maybe it could work. Okay, and let's see if we turn like this. We hit the wing there. I think that idea was, I guess, good. You know, I guess it would have been possible if you had done it on time. Forgot to do the APU, forgot to close these. God, so many things should have been done. Let's see, flap open. And the flap is it open? It's open. Okay, start that. So yeah, beautiful EGLC. I mean, quite nice with the detail. I'm just gonna show you quickly, just because I think it's fair to you guys. I'm gonna show you Orbex, how the new one looks. Let me just get it open first. See that I find the nice pictures. So here we go. This is version 2. So first off, I was like, okay, looks pretty nice. And there is some nice things, right? Like you can see I mean, it's an updated version, right? But then, you know, all the pictures are a bit far away. This area looks pretty nice. But what about the main terminal? Okay, some detail. But looks a bit barren. So I'm not 100% sure. Okay, here we have the same. So maybe this is actually an upgrade. Maybe I need to get it. What's the cost? It's 11, so not much. But yeah, we shall see. Now we have the APU, so I can put on the APU bleeds. I'll shut the engines. I'll also jump outside and open one of the doors so we can get the passengers deboarded. Deboarding started. 203. Okay, pretty good landing rate. Nothing spectacular. We're not talking buttering it, but sufficiently good. Let's have a look at the replay. Maybe 300. I need more. We need 440, I think. This should be good enough. So here you can see beautiful London surrounding us. All these, I guess, banks. Is that HBC? So these other ones. Looks really nice. I wonder if anything of these. I wonder what's true Earth and what's with the airport itself. Because I guess the new one is bigger, right? It goes all the way like that, so they reclaim more land. I think the only thing that's also persuading me not to buy it is because how often can you fly here? Not with that many aircraft. That glide path is unbelievably tricky to fly. Okay, let's see now. So we're a bit low. And then we get here. I get a bit scared, so I start to flare early. Then I flare again. Oh, but I flared too much. Then there we get down. You can't really assess anything else. You can't see, I mean, we don't even see that the flaps are down. Because I was a bit worrying, like, did my speed brakes deploy or not? But I think they did. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that flight. A bit of a different one. But I thought it would be fun showing the Aerosoft, like the normal bus series. Apart from the A330. I probably won't fly this one too many times. It's not a bad aircraft, but the FS Labs one is just so much more reliable and nicer to fly. So it's kind of hard to compete in that regard. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, provide some input, and otherwise I wish you a good rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.